What's going on, everyone? My name is Tenebris, and Generation Zero's biggest update is just around the corner. We've gotten a new trailer for Alpine Unrest and a stream showing the in-dev build of the new map location. This massive DLC will include NPCs, new guns, new machines, and new variations on old machines with some frightening new abilities. I'm going to break down the new trailer, then the live stream footage to see everything we've learned so far. So first things first, the trailer.
Peggy 12.
It's December 1989, in the desolate forests and hills of the Swedish countryside. A month has passed since the population vanished overnight, replaced by hostile machines that shoot anyone on sight. You've explored the grim open world alone and with friends, sticking to the shadows to scavenge for equipment and weapons in your attempt to stay alive. Like us, you fled when you've been seen, and only through clever tactics have you managed to take down a few machines. During your travels, you've started unraveling the mystery behind Phoenix, and it has now led you to Himfjäll, an unexplored island off the east coast. It seems to be covered in machines even more lethal than before, but you're also finding new weapons and something perhaps more valuable. Those of us who managed to survive. Together, we might yet find the answers we seek.
We first learned the time frame that has spanned in Generation Zero's main story. It's been 1 month since the machine apocalypse. A group had escaped to this new island, Himfjäll, and at this point in the trailer we get a good look at a new variant of Hunter. This new variant of machines are called Apocalypse variants, and we can see this machine has a medium-ranged flamethrower attached to it. I can only imagine the carnage that will follow with this Hunter's deadly close-range capabilities. Shortly afterward, we get a great look at the new LMG in the game, Generation Zero's version of the KSP-58, which we will look at more in depth with the in-dev footage later. The trailer wraps up with a very significant line. Together, we might find the answers we seek, which tells us that the new missions we will have that relate to the new NPCs that we will find on this island will be very essential plot-driven quests that will potentially answer the deeper mysteries of Generation Zero. At this point in the trailer, we get a silhouette of the new machine we will see in Alpine Unrest. This looks to be some sort of hybrid between the tank and the harvester, with more rounded features than any of the machines we've seen before. I can expect this machine will be a deadly encounter, but I am very excited to learn everything I can and bring you all the best tips and tricks to destroying this new foe. Outside of the new machine and a great look at the LMG, we get to see some new buildings that will be incredibly fun to explore and loot. There might also be other things hidden in this trailer, presumably a small view of a potential other new machine and some new vanity items, but so far this is all we can know for certain from Alpine Unrest's newest trailer. Next up, we have the in-depth footage to explore here. This was a massive information overload, but I think I found most of the things we can learn from this live stream. We will reach this new island via a small dinghy from Leonard's Marin, and the first location we will come across will be a church that has seen better days, to say the least. Shortly after, we'll come to the ski slope that was actually shown to us in Contact A3. This ski slope has some fantastic buildings surrounding its base, some small lodging buildings to explore and loot, as well as this amazing ski lift that is going to be awesome to see in the game when this DLC drops next week. All this while, Pontus has been fighting runner variants of the new Apocalypse variety, which seem to be incredibly durable in comparison to even the Phoenix variant. Shortly after, we run into the big boy, an Apocalypse variant tank. These new variants seem to come with a new weapon of their own, which is a cluster bomb launcher. This cluster bomb launcher is very interesting, as we can see the bombs dropped become usable tools of our own. They seem to be proximity-based bombs, but if you shoot them from a distance you can cause them to explode, which will be valuable for taking on other machines alongside this new variant of tank. As well, we get to see Apocalypse ticks that will do damage over time if they manage to get their claws into you, potentially one of the more dangerous additions here in Generation Zero. Now next up, we'll get to see the new LMG in action here. The LMG itself uses 7.62 ammunition, and its balance will be having a much larger magazine, but a much longer reload animation cycle. The LMG we see is just a dilapidated variant, so I am very excited to get my hands on a 5-crown version to wreak some havoc with. Next up, we get to see new interiors on buildings that we have asked for from the developers. And I gotta take a second to say, everything we've seen here has been much requested things from the community, and seeing the devs implement them so flawlessly into the game is truly incredible. We have new interiors for buildings we've wanted to explore, new tougher machines to challenge us, and new guns that we have requested in the form of the LMGs. So far, we don't have precise details on what guns we will see, but we can confirm there are at least 2 new LMGs coming, which, if it is even just that, will be a massive addition to our arsenal. I truly cannot wait to explore every facet of this new update with you all. It's going to be the biggest thing to happen to Generation Zero so far, and is tapping into the borderline limitless potential of this game that I've been talking about for months now. The last thing to discuss will be the ski resort building that we get to see in Contact Day 1 and Contact Day 5. This might be the location the NPCs have managed to survive in, and will likely be a major location for this upcoming DLC. So now for some frequently asked questions about this DLC. 1. Will it be a paid DLC? So yes, this will be a paid DLC for the low price of $8, but that's only the Alpine Unrest area and the missions related to it. The new guns and the new machine variants have been stated to be coming in this upcoming update, regardless of whether or not you buy the DLC. And honestly, this dev team are the only devs out here earning the right for us to buy and support this game. They have put out some of the best free updates in comparison to other companies that would have charged you for even less content. Now, question number 2, when is this DLC and update coming out? And so it's slated to be for next week, so the update and the DLC itself is literally right around the corner. And question number 3, is this the best game of 2019? And I gotta say, hell frickin' yeah it is. So to conclude here, it is a ton of new stuff coming to the game. A map expansion, enemy expansion, and so much more. I will be covering everything coming in this update, so if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a perfect opportunity to. And if you're excited for Alpine Unrest, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I've been Tenebrous, you've been awesome, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.